Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Black Sails, Season 1, Episode 8. This is the finale, y'all. This is the finale of Season 1. After this, you guys have been saying Season 2 is insane. Every episode gets better and better from Season 2 on, and you just kind of have to get past how slow Season 1 was. While Season 1 did move at a pretty slow pace, the last 4 episodes have really honestly impressed me. I feel like after episode maybe 4, every episode in Season 1 at least has been getting better and better, so I'm gonna expect with the finale that some shit is gonna go down. They have to set up something for Season 2, some storyline. Urca de Lima still has to happen. Vane's whole storyline, he's assembling a crew and going back to Nassau. In terms of everybody else, Billy is still missing. We don't know what happened to Billy. We can assume that Flint pushed him overboard and possibly killed him, but I really do not think that with such an important character, at least what I thought was an important character, I don't think that he is dead. I don't think that they killed him. And then Gates is conspiring against Flint. He's talking to, I'm not sure what that other guy's name was, but there's this kind of group that has a general agreement that after the Urca de Lima thing, they're gonna kill Flint. Flint also had a conversation with Gates where Flint was like, yeah, after the Urca de Lima, after we get all that treasure, I'm gonna put away a portion of it in sequester because I know that these people are gonna spend it all on like gambling and drugs or whatever he said. And Gates was basically saying, and I kind of agree with Gates. Gates was like, it's not they are going with you. They are signing up as crew members on your mission to go get this treasure, and you're gonna be the one that just decides to keep the money. Like, that's kind of annoying. I would be annoyed if I was a member of the crew. I would probably be one of the people conspiring to kill Flint. Flint is a very dynamic character. I really don't know how I feel about him. On one hand, I really want to like him. His acting is really good, and he has these emotional scenes where I kind of feel bad for him. But then I also kind of don't like him and have this aggression towards him because of the alleged things that he's done and things that he's committed, crimes that he's committed in the past. So I imagine I'm not the only one that feels this way because they are setting him up to be this like very divided character. I don't know which end I fall on right now. I am starting to like Silver a little bit more with his whole storyline last episode with Randall. That was pretty cool. It kind of showed that Randall is not to be underestimated. He's kind of smarter than what everybody else thinks, and I think that Silver kind of relates to him in that sense. He's constantly being underestimated. Nobody really knows how smart and clever Silver is, but Silver, I want to see more of Silver's scheming, John Silver. He's definitely presented as this clever, slimy, I don't want to say slimy, but he is definitely a clever character, so I kind of want to see more of how smart and clever he actually is. Now, I don't know if everything in Season 1 with his character was just build up and is kind of foreshadowing for what he's gonna do in the future, but I'm not underestimating him like every single other character on this show. So yeah, I really want to get into this episode, so without further ado, let's get into episode 8.
Or everyone in this street will know what became of Mr. Newman.
You would do that?
Don't you dare doubt it.
That sounds like gross insubordination to me. That, coupled with the graft you've been responsible for, leaves me with no choice but to terminate your employment here.
What?
You're dismissed. Thank you for your service.
Can't believe it. Have you lost your mind?
I'm aware of.
Thank you for your
I
service.
just told you.
Wait, I
that
need to go
am
back. I
sorry.
need to go back.
Graft you've been...
The lady across the street, she finds out about this.
Oh, Madam Guthrie knows. She's fine with it. But by all means, go ahead, tell her again. I can't see any harm in it.
I love this Max and Jack team up.
Please don't judge me, but I really enjoyed that.
You do not believe she will attempt to strike back at you?
Come on, Randall. Dr. Howe made this specially for you, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. You're welcome.
I will say, I really want to know how they filmed this, because this is crazy.
Harrison? Harvey? I don't know what you're talking about. The man that nicked that bottle was called Craig. Craig, that's him. Craig. Mr. Craig. And he was pissed. He was pissed. Craig. Oh, Craig. Hey, I brought him
Oh,
up.
Craig.
There are no legacies in this life. Just the water. It pays us. claims us. Swallows us whole. We get him back.
Is Flint suspicious of him? Does Flint know something? Oh god. Is Gates gonna die?
What?
You think you can trust him? Shit.
That's what this is about, Max.
Fucked her, didn't you?
Come on, Jack. Let's go kill everybody, see if we can't get her out there. Hope you don't mind. Made that decision on your behalf. But now she's out, making us a small fortune, by the way. And you're pissed off about that, too. Why don't you consider making up your fucking mind about it, please?
Fuck you, Jack.
Yeah.
So we'll close fast on her, hammer her well with our guns, and then take the fight to her decks. That fight will be the fight of our lives. But on the other side lies paradise. I'll see you there.
Except he's gonna put away a portion of their money that they're making, so they don't even know that. I'm like nervous. Oh no. It's not there?
This is the course. I'll try again. Captain, this is the location you requested.
The fuck?
What?
Where did that come from?
Jesus Christ, Ben, why are your men firing on their own ship?
My men aren't the ones doing the firing.
Get off the beach!
Man of war! She's a man of war!
Man of war?
Less than half an hour, she'll be right on top of us. Get orders to the Ranger. Tell her to raise the black and fire 2 shots over our bow.
The Black Sail!
Captain, the Urca has no escort. Was that not the justification for this entire endeavor? They altered their plans, found a ship they could spare. I'm taking the Ranger and I'm leaving.
Damn. What?
So you're deliberately challenging my authority.
Yeah.
Deliberately violating your duty.
Help you deceive good men who put their trust in me, because I was convinced they would be better off for it.
Mr. Gates, if you walk through that door with the intent of subverting my plans, I will have no alternative but to interpret that as an incitement of mutiny.
You think I'm inciting the mutiny?
You are inciting.
I'm managing one! There are men out there right now that know about Singleton, the book, the cop, all of it. They know. And they mean to see you hang for it. You don't.
That was like Gates' last chance. He had a chance there. Now Flint is fucking. He is pissed.
This is not what I want.
Wait, right now? What?
Sorry. I'm sorry. What the fuck are you doing to him? Making sure there's nothing incriminating. Stop!
I knew Gates was probably gonna get killed by Flint if he didn't get to Flint first, but I was not expecting it to happen this episode. There's still a whole half hour left.
Mr. Gates' heart has given out.
He's dead.
Mr. Logan, signal Mr. Thompson on the Ranger.
Yikes.
Inform him he's now in command.
Flint, man, I was really starting to feel for him too. I can't forgive this.
yourself.
You may just decide to sink the walrus when she returns with your precious Spanish gold.
Damn.
Just out of spite.
So
Damn.
that's what this is.
Now, I control the fort. So I will be your partner.
I'm gonna push you and your men right into the fucking sea.
God, I miss that look. It had to come to this, don't you think?
Up to what?
Me deciding if you live or die.
Captain, I don't know
What?
what you've heard.
Hammond brings you out of bed, marches you down to the wrecks.
Oh my
Look for a
god.
stash of stolen barrels. I'm a little less worried about perception than I used to be. As long as I hold that fort, doesn't really matter. That story will spread far and wide. And you'll never sail beneath the black again.
Damn.
If that ship lets us pass, he will have managed to both renew men's lust for gold and their faith in his judgment.
Captain Flint. As quartermaster, I hereby accuse you of tyrannical crimes against your crew. I hold in my hand a letter written by Mr. Gates confessing his knowledge and complicity in the captain's myriad crimes.
We're going to lose them. We don't have time for this.
Where are you going?
This time there's no escaping it.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Raise the sails!
Who lit that?
Sorry. It had to be done. There's no running now.
The range is coming about! The Spaniards have got men in the rigging! All hands, open fire! Cheer station!
Oh, they are fucked. They are figgity fucked. Oh my god. No. No. Oh. Wow.
Told you I was certain about my information regarding the Urca. Fortunately, you and I failed to take into account the weather.
Oh, it's right there?
The Urca's lunar wrecked at sea last night, dashed by the storm.
Holy crap. Oh my god. Wow. That was hands down the best episode yet. I thoroughly enjoyed every second of that episode. I feel like I didn't talk a lot in the beginning, but I was thoroughly invested. I was really into it. So let's go over what actually happened because a lot of stuff went down. I always start off these discussions by talking about Flint, so I do want to talk about Flint. So basically what happened was they arrived at this spot where the Urca should have been. It wasn't there. And then Flint, I assumed he was fucked because the Urca wasn't there. His crew was gonna all band up against him. So then Flint was like, we'll maintain our position and send out scouts to go locate the Urca. It'll take a couple days, but whatever. And then meanwhile, what's happening is Gates and Dufresne are having a conversation of, let's not try him here. I know we have to wait. Let's not try Flint here for all of his crimes. Let's wait until we get back home. So Gates was actually not down for the plan of trying and potentially killing Flint while this whole Urca thing was going on. Gates was smart enough to realize, let's get our mission going and accomplish this and then take care of Flint when we get back home. But evidently that kind of was his downfall. I mean, it really wasn't his downfall, but the fact that he didn't strike first meant that Flint was going to strike. Basically, what the plan was for the Walrus to stay and pretend like they were a trading ship, a tobacco trading ship, being taken over by people from the Ranger, and then the Ranger would kind of go off and like sail away, and then the Walrus would end up attacking the Man of War, which was another Spanish ship. I assume that they said that it was like an escort for the Urca, so it wasn't the Urca, but it was another Spanish ship. Gates was not down for this. He said that he's actually going to leave on the Ranger and get out of there because he's not down for this plan. Flint realized that he could not jeopardize the mission. Flint is such a divisive character for me, but anyways, he realized that he needed to kill Gates, I guess, out of necessity because he couldn't allow Gates to fuck up the whole plan. I don't know whether or not I agree with the decision to kill Gates, because if he didn't kill Gates, then Gates would have messed up the plan, right? He would have went off on the Ranger, and Flint kind of has this goal of what he wants to happen, so he kind of needed to kill Gates, I think. I don't believe that Gates deserved to die, I don't think that he should have died, but was it justified in Flint's perspective? Maybe. I don't want to agree with the decision to kill Gates, but with everything that Flint has been building up to be and his character, I'm not surprised that he did it. His goal this entire time, I truly do believe that Flint has good intentions and he has a good heart and really wants this to happen, to find this treasure on this ship for everybody. He wants good for these people, and he's just stuck in certain situations where he has to make choices that make him look terrible. That's what I perceive Flint's whole character to be. He's not a bad person, but he's perceived as a bad person because of the actions that he's being forced to commit. And I say forced because that's essentially, he didn't want to kill Gates. He was crying, upset, apologizing after he killed him. Not that that's going to change anything, but he was clearly very shaken and upset and didn't want to kill Gates. It was a necessity. It wasn't a choice, if that makes sense. It's just crazy how much of a divisive character Flint is. But anyways, at the end of the episode, they crash and they realize that the Urca has also crashed. The Eleanor was talking about how the weather is horrible, and it's like, what did she say? It was like a ship killer? The weather is like a ship killer? Anyways, the Urca crashed. Flint's plan ended up being successful. There's treasure everywhere. They're gonna go to the Urca. So Flint's plan ended up being successful. He led them to the Urca. So I don't know. It's like Dufresne might pose a problem in season 2 because of what happened to Gates and because he had the letter from Gates stating that Flint was a traitor, and with everything that happened with Singleton, whatever. So I really think that the only person that's behind Flint somewhat is Silver, because Silver was kind of a little MVP this episode also. He was the one that shot off the first cannon let's talk about that, because before the battle even started, before the man of war, whatever, opened up the cannons and fired on them, before that even happened, Dufresne opened up the letter from Gates, basically exposing everything that Flint did. Flint ordered everybody to fire anyway, and nobody fired. So Flint would have been fucked had it not been for Silver firing that first shot and basically declaring war and kind of giving up their cover to the other ship. Silver saved the day, essentially. Silver saved Flint. So in my mind, Silver kind of did a step up in this episode. I kind of respect him a little bit more because of what he did for Flint. They kind of have this mutual respect, because now none of them are owed a debt. Silver did what he needed to do for Flint. He gave him the memorized thing. Flint confirmed it, the location, whatever. And the debt is paid. So Silver really has no obligation to really be loyal to Flint, but he's still loyal to Flint, which is really awesome. I look forward to seeing the Silver-Flint rivalry maybe morph in the future and become a friendship, become an alliance. I don't know if they really fuck with each other, but I think that would be a pretty cool alliance. In terms of everything that is happening on the island now, Jack is in deep shit because Vane is pissed off at what happened with the whole Pearl situation that happened a couple of episodes ago. That happened way in the beginning of the season. Anne is jealous that Jack is talking to Max. I don't know if Anne is jealous because she likes Jack or she likes Max. I really can't read Anne. So Vane is gonna punish Jack by telling everybody on the island that he is a traitor, a liar, a sneak, and can't be trusted. So Jack's not gonna be able to find a crew or establish power and dominance on this island. He's just gonna be the owner of a brothel, or run a brothel. So Vane honestly stepped it up this episode too, because he took over the fort, and he demanded that him and Eleanor work together, which was kind of also a badass scene. I think every scene this episode was important and a really, really good scene in terms of plot advancement, because shit is rolling now. So in season 2, I guess my predictions would be, or what I want to see more of. It was interesting to me, the conversation that Eleanor and Max had, because I really don't know if Max has completely forgiven Eleanor for everything that has happened to her. So I don't know if she's just being fake or genuinely saying that she appreciated what Eleanor did. I can't imagine that somebody like Max, with such anger she had a couple of episodes ago towards Eleanor, I can't imagine that she would forgive her that quickly. I think Max is more of a cutthroat than that, and I don't think that she's really, the emotions that Max is portraying are not really the emotions that she's feeling. So, prediction for the future, Max and Eleanor are gonna have some beef that needs to be talked about and settled, other than just oh, I forgive you, what you did was, you know, for my best interest, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. They're gonna have to have some type of falling out. So I'm actually curious and interested to see how, I guess, Flint is gonna be treated in season 2 and what his storyline is gonna be and how he develops, because his development from even episode 1 of season 1 to now is insane. He's kind of like getting crazier every episode. So I'm interested to see what his character is gonna be in season 2 and how that's gonna happen. I'm also looking forward to the fallout, seeing the fallout from Gates' death. I hope that they don't brush over it and they actually address it. I mean, the crew is gonna, you know, Flint's been exposed, so no matter what happens with this Urca business, he's been exposed. He's still in danger, so he's gonna need Silver or somebody to help him kind of ease tension on this boat going back after I hope that they have a successful hunt, I guess. But it just sucks because, and I don't mean to play devil's advocate, but I'm going to for a second, the reason why he was putting away all that money, and I thought it was for selfish motivation, but I do believe that in his heart, he was putting away that money because he knew that all the crew was gonna spend the money that they did end up getting and wanted them to have something left and invest it. So that's just my interpretation of everything. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer in terms of is Flint good or bad. I really don't think that that's going to be answered over the course of this show. I think I'm gonna question it a lot. But yeah, I guess those are all of my thoughts. I cannot wait to start season 2. You guys have been hyping it up a lot. You say that every episode gets better and better. So I'm really, really excited. As always, thank you guys for watching. Check out my other reactions if you have not already. And I will see you guys for season 2. All right, bye guys.